The secret dating strategy technique that nobody talks about to make yourself more attractive and date hotter girls like the ones that I date, like the ones that you wish you had, is not your looks, your money, your status, or even your game, right? It is the fourth or fifth, whatever, the extra one that nobody mentions in the dating industry because, I don't know, a lot of these dating coaches are using antiquated, old school tactics and not coming up with new shit, innovating like I am. But this hidden thing is called strategy. Okay, so as with anything in life, if you want to learn a foreign language, there is a strategy for learning a foreign language. A bad strategy is like, I want to learn Spanish, so I'm going to just live in Mexico and kind of like order from restaurants and shoot the shit with my Uber drivers or the waitresses and, maybe date a few girls and I'll just pick it up for living in Mexico. That is a terrible strategy. A better strategy is you read a lot in Spanish. You take formal classes. You actually hire a Spanish teacher and they teach you, right? You make flashcards of the words you don't know and add those to your vocabulary. You listen to podcasts and stuff in Spanish when you're at the gym. That is a much better strategy. You give me, the guy, even if it's like equal like work input it, right? Like, again, I don't know. For what's another example of learning something? You guys get my point, right? Like there's, building a business, like staying focused and getting really, really good at one narrow problem that's a big pain point that a lot of people need help for is a much better strategy in entrepreneurship than trying to solve like a myriad of problems and you're just like kind of like okay at solving, these problems, but you're not the best at solving one narrow problem, right? So point being, there are strategies, right? So if you look at a guy like me, why should it be that I'm getting so much more beautiful women than anybody else on the planet who like vaguely resembles me? I mean, I have like the dating life of a movie star, a rock star, etc. I'm not fucking exaggerating at all. You can go to my Instagram, RedbeardRants1. I'm going to start posting story highlights and I'm just going to put it as like a featured story. So it says at the top, call it like my receipts. So you guys know that this guy that's just ranting at you, claiming to be, he's the shit and he's got all these girls. You can check the receipts for yourself. Also, you can check my old videos. I do vlogs, day game, me picking up girls, etc. And the reason why is I have a better strategy. So let's talk about my strategies, right? Okay. Number one strategy is you have to fix your social skills, right? You have to go through some process of where you're putting yourself out there and you're talking to women. Like, I am more of like an online guy, like setting up systems. I come from generally dating in like very, very competitive dating markets. And even if you're in an easy dating market, online is arguably the best. I will say that where I'm in Manaus, I'm actually getting better results from cold approach pickup. It's like walking up to strangers and talking to them there. But I'll save my thoughts on that. I want to do a whole video about that. But generally speaking, for most markets, especially the most competitive ones, you're just going to get better results from online, that's definitely part of my strategy. But to stick back to like improving your social skills thing, you eventually have to get the girl on the date. So even if you have this amazing Instagram profile, this amazing thing, a lot of you guys say like, well, I'm good once I'm on the date. No, you're not. No, you're fucking not. A lot of you guys are going on first dates and not closing because your game needs to be improved. A lot of you guys could be adding, cold approaches, like a whole nother lead source to your life. So that's part of strategy, right? Is going down the rabbit hole of watching YouTube videos on this, learning how to increase your confidence, doing something like meditation, understanding that, hey, like if I just live in my little shoebox all day and don't be social and don't be talk to people, my social skills suffer. But if I actually go out and like start meeting people face to face and actually like make social interaction a part of my life, whether it's friends, family, etc., my socials go up, my charisma goes up, my ability to like tell a concise story with a good punchline goes up, things like that. Another big one is understanding that, like what I was alluding to earlier, online. Unfortunately, for better or worse, depends what side of the fence you land on, most people are meeting online. There are more relationships built online than face-to-face anymore. Kind of sad, but it is what it is. But we can cash in and take advantage of this because, again, most guys have such a poor strategy. That's what this video is about. It's about strategy, how to get a good strategy for meeting women, that they don't take the time to like take really, really good photos, right? They don't understand fashion. They don't understand how to pose. They don't understand how to use slight filters on their face that are actually quite subtle, but at the same time make like all the difference. Because that shit's kind of weird and gay for a guy to be like that focused on vanity. Like, oh, should I pose like this? Should I look away from the camera? Should I try to like do this? Like it's kind of gay to like worry about your vanity and like how you're posing, but that gets you girls. People used to say like, you should get a tan, Casey. I'm like, oh, me going to a tanning bed and getting a tan salon as a man, that's kind of gay. But then I thought anything I do to get more girls is inherently not gay, right? Except for dancing. Dancing is gay. No, I'm just kidding. Dancing's fine. If you want to dance, do it. Learn bachata. That could be another strategy. That could be another fucking strategy. You take two guys in Latin America, right? And equal game, equal looks, equal money, equal social media presence, equal ability of like, you know, Spanish or foreign language. Two guys in, I don't know, Cali, Colombia. But one guy says, hey, my strategy is going to be to get really, really good at, I guess it would be like salsa would probably be more popular in Cali than bachata. But I'm going to get good at like salsa and bachata over the next 6 months. I'm going to get really, really good at it. I'm going to go to salsa clubs and pick up girls. I promise you that guy will blow the other one out of the water because he has an excuse to talk to girls. It's kind of like weird, like, oh, a gringo, a white guy who can dance bachata. I'm not saying that like dancing bachata is the best strategy. It is just a strategy. It is one of many. Back to the online stuff though. A lot of you guys don't know, you could hire an online dating virtual assistant to swipe every day for you. You can train these people on what type of girls that you like, what type of girls you don't like. You can train them to find girls on Instagram that aren't even on dating apps. You can say, hey, you're going to log into my Instagram and find 20 beautiful women that live in the city based on who's tagged at the top restaurants, the top rooftop bars in this city, who's going, you know, checked in and tagged like at the, you know, the top cosmetic, whatever, like beauty salons, hair salons, nail salons, and beautiful women follow these pages. And if there's like, you know, do you think like, you know, Get Your Nails Done Sao Paulo has a lot of beautiful women in Sao Paulo who care about their nails getting done, like has a lot of hot female followers? Yes, they do. So that could be a strategy. One that I did was I put funny videos on my Instagram, right? Because I said, I'm not the best looking guy, but I know in person I can be highly, highly charismatic and funny and charming, but I can't really show that online. But then I said, wait a minute, yes, I could. I'm going to record 15 to 30 second videos and me speaking Portuguese and being funny and charismatic in videos. I'm going to pin these videos to the top of my Instagram, and I'm guessing that when I follow women, a higher, you know, a slightly higher percentage of women will follow me back when they see these funny videos. Because again, I like a couple of their photos, I follow them, and like, who's this random guy who started following me? I thought, okay, maybe a slightly smaller percentage would follow back if they saw the funny, charismatic videos showing off my personality and confirming that I do speak Portuguese. But I was actually wrong because it wasn't a slightly smaller percentage of them. It was twice as many. Twice as many. Do you guys understand that? One small change, one better strategy, technique got me, if I was to follow 20 girls a day on Instagram, instead of 5 following me back out of 20, now 10 would follow me back. And it's not just like, oh, it's like double the number of girls that follow me back. It's that the girls that do follow me back are a lot more solid. They're a lot more high level of interest. Right? So it wasn't like they're less flaky, right? Another thing, learning about like flakiness, right? A strategy that I developed for flakiness was I do a video call. Because you guys all know this, especially in countries like, you know, Brazil, Colombia, I would say maybe Mexico as well. But even in America, you meet a girl online or you just had a very, very quick interaction and you get flaked on. You get really excited. You put your best, I don't know, whatever shirt you wear on a Saturday night. You get all excited. And you go out to meet her and, oh, you got flaked on, wah, wah, wah. I had that problem, so I developed a strategy for that problem, which is I don't do a date under any circumstances whatsoever unless the girl will do a video call with me first. And look, if you do a video call with a girl, you still get flaked sometimes. I've done 2-hour video calls with girls and then they still flake me, but it's pretty fucking rare. Pretty fucking rare to, you know, and again, I don't necessarily recommend you do, you know, 2-hour video calls, but I'm just saying, you know, exaggerating to make a point. So strategy. Online, another big one that a lot of you schmucks refuse to take advantage of is going overseas. Dating in America is pretty much over with, RIP. Feminism, they're extremely masculine. They're generally taught to hate men. I call it a generalized hatred towards men is like the way I describe it. You know, when people hear that, the way I describe it on my videos, they comment and say, spot on. There's a generalized hatred towards men. Comically high standards. Every guy has to be, you know, making 7 figures and 7 feet tall. And a lot of you schmucks just don't realize that it's not necessarily you. You're not broken. You're not so low value. You're not so ugly. You're not so broke. but you refuse to go to another location. Of all the strategies, I would say, getting a fire social media profile where any girl that you follow on social media or sees you on a dating app is like, damn, this guy is smart, successful, has a good network, cool friends, cool lifestyle, travel, fancy restaurants, a lot going on, looks very high value, looks wealthy, looks successful, badass, funny, charming content. Then you're showing off the video content as well. That and changing your location would be the biggest. I don't know which one. Like you need to do both, right? But I guess if you go to the right location, you can just do 100% cold approach. So again, looks you can only change so much. But again, there's even strategies within these things, right? Like, even on the looks, money, status game, like looks, dude, like again, you can get a hair transplant. When I talk to you from this angle, my hair looks completely filled in. As I turn to the side, other angles, you can kind of tell it's still growing in here. And this will I'm probably another 5 to 6 months out. But at some point, my hair will look completely in. If I had like a comically like parrot beak nose, I would get a rhinoplasty. So again, that's strategy. It's realizing like what features about myself can I fix? What can I fix with a surgery? What can I fix through, gym and working out? Your strategy could be like, getting a personal trainer, right? Money. Here's a big strategy point that relates to, going overseas, getting a remote job. Like two identical twins, but one of them stays in America. One of them has a better strategy of get an online job, even a simple job that only pays $2,000 a month, being like a personal assistant for $10 an hour to somebody online, but goes live in, I don't know, what's a cheap country? Buenos Aires, Argentina, although I don't like Argentina for dating, or at least Buenos Aires. I think maybe Cordoba is good. But anyway, so maybe bad example, but you get my point. They're in Buenos Aires, Argentina, off $2,000 a month, which is like equal buying power to closer to $6,000, $7,000 a month if you were in the US. They can live comfortably. And again, you don't get really appreciated as a foreigner in Argentina. So bad example, but let's just, whatever. You get appreciated, in the dating scene there. Again, let's pretend I said a different city. Better strategy. So much, much better results, even if it's his identical twin that have, same personality, same face, same height, stuff like that. And if you guys want to go deeper on the strategy stuff, I'm launching, I'm probably stupid for doing this, but I used to sell my courses for $1,000, but I decided to give them away a lot cheaper. And I'm going to do early bird pricing for a while. It's going to be $77. If you're watching this video 3, 4, 5 weeks, it's no longer $77. I believe I'm going to set out the price at $97 a month, but I'm doing access to all my courses, anything I've ever put out, all my best strategies for $97 a month. And I'll do a one-time thing. I'm not sure what I'll do the one-time, maybe just, one time $750. I'm not actually sure what I want to do there. But if you hate subscriptions and the last thing you want is another subscription thing, you can just pay one-time, lifetime access. And it's a community as well. So it's like, you pay and we'll go deep. Like, dude, I have strategies for learning languages, strategies for getting online jobs, strategies for Luke's maxing, strategies for cold approach, where to meet women, the best places to go, whether you're Indian, whether you're black, whether you're white, like where do you go where you can get appreciated, strategies for putting together an awesome social media, strategies for putting that social media in front of girls using paid ads, using online dating virtual assistants, using spreadsheets, downloading lists of girls in your area so you could systematically, like from a Google sheet download, like bro, the amount of strategies that I've come up with. And again, certain strategy will suit different people. If you're a cold approach guy, you can focus on the cold approach strategies. If you really want to go overseas, you may go really deep on like the language learning modules, right? Because I speak 3 languages now. Pretty fucking good. Like I am highly qualified to be a teacher of learning languages, just as I'm highly qualified to talk about how I got rid of my eye bags with a better skincare routine, or how I got a hair transplant, how I've even made some fairly impressive gains in the gym, how I completely fixed my style, how I can cultivate an Instagram that like even in America, like even American chicks, a high percentage of women follow me back when they see my social media, because again, how do you do these funny, charming, charismatic videos? That's all going to be covered. Sorry, not sorry for the sales pitch. It's going to be called Modern Dating Mastery. It's a community, right? You can find guys. Okay, here's like another strategy, right? You want to be a passport bro. You want to go to a small town, do like the small town strategy, where the small town strategy works like this. Like, I'm a passport bro and I went to Rio de Janeiro or Sao Paulo, Brazil, and dating wasn't barely much different, easier there than it was back home in Wisconsin or wherever I'm from, right? That's because you went to a big city, my friend. Any big city is going to have millionaire playboys that are going to be tough to compete with. So a strategy, get into my community. Get into Austin Holloman's community. Get into some fucking community. Or don't pay me any money and go to the free Passport Bro Facebook groups and find guys who want to do the small town strategy with you. Because, bro, if you come to Manaus by yourself, Manaus, Brazil, where I'm at now, which is an insanely easy and rewarding and awesome dating market for a foreigner, black or white or any ethnicity, and you come alone, you're going to blow your brains out from boredom, bro. You're not going to be able to navigate this shit alone. You're going to hate life if you come here alone. But if you come here with friends, you're going to have an awesome time. It's not a great city. No offense to the people of Manaus. I just, I think anybody from Manaus would agree. The infrastructure is abysmal. The way the streets and, everything is just built is just like they're not quadratic. Like they're not like a tic-tac-toe board like this. Like the streets just kind of wander wherever they go, like a spider web. It is, well, I'm just going to build a highway here and the street, you can't walk anywhere. But you do the small town strategy with friends, and you won't burn out. You'll have fun. A 6 out of 10 city with all your good friends is better than a 10 out of 10 city alone. So there will be a link in the bio for this new community and course. It's going to be called Modern Dating Mastery. If you're watching, I think I'll cut off early bird special around July. I don't even know, but July 7th, 8th, 9th at like the max, at like the most. And if you're watching this, after July 10th, 15th, certainly August and beyond, you missed the early bird pricing, but cry me a river and boo-hoo for you. So subscribe to the channel. Click the link in the bio for Modern Dating Mastery. Again, it's super cheap, $97 a month, and all the strategies that I use to get all the amazing results that I have, that you guys should know if you watch this channel. If you don't, go see my previous uploads, see my vlog, see how I date all the gorgeous, beautiful women. If you want the same results, you need the same strategies. That's the hidden thing that no one else is talking about. That's the missing link, is your strategy, okay? Strategy. If you remember one thing from this video, the reason why you're not dating the women you want is because you lack the proper strategy. The strategy to fix your looks at the most you can, gain the most amount of muscle mass you can, grow a beard, fix your style, the strategy on how to put together awesome social media, the strategy on how to outsource that and create an autopilot system where somebody else is swiping on apps and adding girls on Instagram for you, even chatting and setting up dates for you in some cases. Strategy of knowing where to go, where you're going to get appreciated as an Indian guy or a black guy and have the best results in dating based on how you look, etc. It's strategy. That's the missing component. And check out the thing. There'll be all the links you need will be in the bio. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace out until next time.